This is Dark Dreams, a Dana Blaze suspense thriller, Book 3, written by Katie Rush, narrated by Caroline. Prologue. "Oh, George," Helen said, her hand flying to her mouth as they crept into town in their Subaru. The sight before her was even worse than she'd imagined after hearing the report of flooding on the radio. It was as if a dam had burst, and a great wave had swept through, leaving only devastation in its wake. Houses lay ravaged, their once neat lawns now muddy swamps dotted with broken furniture and uprooted trees. Fences lay flattened, cars askew. The quaint tourist town of New Bedfield, where Helen and George had purchased a summer house just 3 years ago, was now anything but inviting. Now, George said, as he piloted the Subaru over fallen branches that acted as speed bumps for the tires. "It's not that bad. Besides, our cottage is on high ground. Remember how we made sure to keep back from the water to avoid just this sort of thing?" Helen did remember. She remembered the excitement of selecting the little cottage on top of the hillock on the outskirts of New Bedfield. The two of them had dreamed about owning a second home where they could escape the chaos of their busy lives in Bangor for part of the year, and finally, their dream was coming to fruition. "Watch out!" she cried suddenly, pointing at a small dog that had wandered into the road. George corrected course, and the dog went on its happy way, oblivious to the danger that had just passed it by. "No need to get riled up," George said, smiling and reaching across to pat her hand. As he did so, Helen was struck by the sight of their two hands together. "My gosh," she thought. "We're old, aren't we? When did this happen?" It seemed just yesterday they'd been raising 3 young children of their own, running around their suburban yard with scraped knees and ice-cream-stained mouths. And now they were here, on their way to their summer home to enjoy their first year of joint retirement. Helen had been a dentist, George an accountant, all their kids grown up and flown from the nest. A National Guardsman stepped into the road, holding up a hand for them to stop. George stopped and rolled the window down. "Must have been quite a storm to bring you boys out here," he said cheerfully. The soldier frowned, his stern eyes scanning the inside of the car. "You could say that," he replied, his voice rough and weary. "Record-breaking flood, they're saying." Helen cringed at the news, her mind racing with worry about the state of their cottage. But George remained undeterred, his optimism seemingly unshakable. "Do you need any help with cleanup?" George asked. "We've got it covered for now, sir," the soldier said, resting a hand on the roof of their Subaru. "I'd advise staying off the roads as much as possible, though. It's still a mess out here." "Understood."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?